Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength on this reading, check your other major placements, see if we don't connect over there. Major placements are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So this week we're going to start off with my monster deck, my Moonology and Work Your Light Magic decks. For just a start here, and then we'll move on to a more traditional tarot spread with the Santa Muerte tarot deck, and then if I have time we'll end up with the Wild Kuan. So what do we have for Sagittarius this week? What do we have Sagittarius this week? All right. We have one thing. Let's see what else we have. Anything else? Anything else? Oh, yeah, I was going to do, I got these. Okay, well, that's plenty. We'll do those. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Oh my God, this is the first one that came out and the one that was like just very clearly this one. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. That's so cool. So a new beginning. It's going to be lucky. There's going to be good things coming. Look at that arrow. Straight. Like I'm hearing a song like an arrow. Something coming in fast, coming in true, coming in straight and straight for you. Something really good. It's going to light your fire here. It's coming straight at you. New beginning. Luck is on your side. That's awesome. Show the world the real you. Okay, so some sort of work in authenticity here. This is full moon in Aquarius. So bringing a fullness of emotion, a fullness of who you are. The Aquarius is the water bringer. Bringing emotion, bringing a fullness to the conversation. Bringing who you are into the conversation. What you really feel, your true feelings. It's luck is on your side means that I think this combination of these two is that luck is on your side means that the more fully you are yourself and the more fully you are true to how you feel, the better the situation is going to be for you. And it's not so often it can feel so dangerous to be our authentic self in this world. There are a lot of people that are going to take advantage of this. But whatever you're dealing with right now, this is saying bring in your full authenticity, who you really are, what you really want, because the situation is lucky for you in that way. And the more of that you bring in, I feel the better this is going to be for you. I don't want to say, yeah, I mean, there's a card that's like, you're perfectly safe. And that the luck is on your side, but I do feel that way with this combination. Like it's safe, it's good. It's not only is it safe for you to express your true self, and I'm not talking about like the little monster we have inside of us. That's not your true self. That's part of who you are, but that's not. I always hate it when people lose their temper and then everyone else is like, oh, that's who they really are. No, that's not who you really are. That's like one moment of somebody's life, and that is part of who they really are. That is part of who they are. But it's not like all that they are, and then everything else is a veneer of happiness and joy and cooperation. Those are all part of who they are. So I bet I'm not necessarily seeing that you need to bring in the little part of you that gets angry for really good reasons, usually because you feel threatened and for good reasons. But not in that way, but in just like there's something about who you really are and how you really feel that is that where this situation is calling for you to bring that in. We also have Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So I like that here because there's something about showing the real you, right? And that is a lot of leadership, is taking those risks and saying what you really think and what you think is a good idea and how you think things should unfold. So I feel that's very strongly connected to these other cards. How are you being called to step up and lead? Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So speak up. It's time for you to speak up. Time, which is show the world the real you, right? It's Oracle is about speaking, about our beliefs, our feelings. It's almost you being the angel of light into a situation, you know? You bringing in some sort of communication, and maybe what you've been hiding, maybe what you haven't shown, because show the real you means that maybe you haven't been the real you in situations, right? So, and is that like love? Is that compassion that you haven't felt free to share? And then we have take a break. Life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So I know a lot of people are very busy right now. So this is a reminder to take a break. I think there's also, you know, the moon very prominently in this. And I feel like that's like when we rest, when we take these breaks, we allow and rest our minds in meditation often, we allow our intuition to become louder. So I think that's part of taking the break, is some part of yourself gets a chance to come forward. Whereas when we're just working and going through our to-do lists and going here and doing that and fulfilling that obligation and earning that money and all that, when we're really focused on that, sometimes parts of ourselves get buried, quieter parts, our intuition can often get buried. So I feel like taking a break and stepping off the treadmill is actually going to get you, because to show the world the real you, you have to be in touch with the real you. So I feel like you're going to get more in touch with the real you as you get off the treadmill. And this is going to give you some sort of ideas, something to communicate. You're going to have to take some sort of risk, communicate, stepping up and leading, whatever communication, whatever that intuition is trying to tell you, I think is going to it's something that you have to share. Like you're definitely, I mean, show the world the real you. You are the oracle. Step up and lead. That's all about sharing. There's something you need to share with people, communicate with people. Luck is on your side. It's going to turn out fine. If not fine, great. And I feel like part of this whole process is you actually taking a break from something to first get in touch with where you want to go, what it is that you are communicating, what it is you truly feel. That's an awesome start, Sagittarius. All right, so moving on to the Santa Muerte spread. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay, so in your recent past, you have the Lovers. So mixed with this, it almost feels like you had a choice and you picked the logical choice and not the choice of heart, not the real you, not the choice that was really calling for you. So this is two people. This can be you and your path, you and your job. Someone's got to make a decision to open this up, right? And the Lovers, it is about a choice. It's about a choice to go with the path of heart, to open that heart up, to open up. And man, with this show the world the real you, I really like that. Like this, it was an opportunity. And I feel like you either, because this show the world the real you, you might not have taken the opportunity to open up your heart, to go with the path of heart. It's risky, right? It's the riskier path. It's not your safety career. It's your passionate career, which is different for everybody. One person's safety is someone else's passionate career, right? So I feel like there was a choice. You may have chosen the safety career or the safety relationship and not the one that was a bit more risky or a bit more unconventional or whatever, you know. So this is about a choice between he's contemplating right here. She's contemplating the heart. What is this? How do we open this? And he sees the key. This is, I feel you. Is he going to reach for that key and open up this heart and have this sort of heart-to-heart communication with this person or this path, this heartful more intuitive communication with this person, relationship, or is he going to let that key go by? But you can see he can see it, he's contemplating it. So this was possibly a choice. Maybe you haven't even made the choice yet. This is very clear about which path they want you to take, but maybe you haven't even made the choice and the choice just came up. The option came up. Maybe you did and you went with the safety option. Which makes sense. Like, we don't need to be proving our faith and our intuition by intentionally choosing very stupid choices, impulsively or anything like that. That's not what that card's about. That card is about, it is about, see, there's a level of contemplation here, right? This card is about contemplating, thinking about choices and decisions, taking them very seriously, understanding, you know, there are ramifications for either direction. Neither choice is safe. That's part of this whole thing here that we're doing in life, is like, none of our choices are perfectly safe. There are no guarantees for anything. So even your safety career has no guarantees. Even the logical relationship that makes sense, that's responsible, it has no guarantees. So that's why intuition is so important, because our logic can have us making choices that feel like they're safe, and they're just not. They're just not. They're not as safe as we've been told, or as we expected them to be. So there was a choice in your recent past. In your current situation, this could be a person that you're interacting with. This is the Queen of Wands. So she is very in touch with her intuition. I love this. Someone's left a light on for you. I feel like this woman right here. So you've been contemplating, and this woman right here, male, female, career, it's still waiting for you. It's still waiting for you to make that choice. They've left the light on for you. They're calling to you. This is a highly intuitive card. So this is the choice between making the logical decision and the intuitive decision. Okay, those aren't always separate, but this represents a separation between the two. And your intuition's still calling to you. That's why I think you chose the more logical safety situation, because this one's still calling. This person or this career, whoever, they're still calling. They've left a light on to you. Your intuition is calling. It's asking for your attention. The intuitive choice, the intuitive path, the path of heart here. This Queen of Wands is a little clairvoyant. Maybe she's very highly intuitive, communicates. I was talking about impulsive, but impulsive and intuition are different things. But they can feel they're so right next to each other that sometimes you accidentally grab the impulse instead of the intuition. Like, it's just, they're on the shelf right next to each other in the similar packaging. So you may have been trying not to be impulsive, but it was your intuition. Your intuition's calling to you. Something's calling. The real you is calling to you. And your soul, something having to do with your soul, your heart, is calling to you. That passion is still there. It didn't go away. You made sort of the logical choice, and it didn't go away. The other route didn't stop, didn't shut up and sit down and be like, okay, I lost, fair is fair. And that's not what happened. It's still calling to you. And then you have this Eight of Pentacles is what's on your mind. So Eight of Pentacles, this is a treasure. This is something you hold, something you've worked hard for. You're either thinking about this treasure, or you really want this treasure. Or there's something you've worked really hard for, and you don't want to give it up. And maybe this Queen of Wands asks you to give up something. You have to give up something. And there's something that you've worked hard for, and you're holding it, and you're holding it gently. You're just kind of vibing with this thing that you've earned. Yeah, this thing that you've earned, you're just holding it. It's like, it's something in reality that you have. It's something in reality that you have, and you're very attached to it. There's a little bit of my precious vibe here. A bit of possessiveness. You could be worried about losing something very precious to you in this process. Something else that was precious, right? Or you could be hoping to gain something. It could be that there's money issues here, and you don't feel secure, or you want to feel secure in what you have, but you don't feel secure in financially. And that could be part of this decision, is you want to feel secure financially, but if you make a risky intuitive decision instead of your safety decision, there's something about wanting safety and security here and it being at odds with what your intuition is calling you to do. I think it's Jim Carrey has a really great statement, quote thing about you can fail at what you don't want to do, so you might as well do what you do want to do, right? So there's something about this Queen of Wands calling to you could just feel financially risky to you, and you don't want that. You're clinging to some sort of financial security. You might be worried about that. It's on your mind. That's your inner landscape, is about concerns about financial security, and losing the financial security that you have, or not having the financial security that you long for. What's at issue here is the Wheel of Fortune, but it's in reverse. But this is like, things just keep turning. Life just keeps going. It doesn't stop for us to deal with things, to sit down and contemplate for too long. I mean, we have to take that. If we want to sit down and contemplate, you're the one that has to carve that out for yourself, right? But this could be things changing in your life that you're not really enjoying the changes. There's a season change, big things changing. It's just time for a new era in your life, a time for a new era in the world. And the Wheel of Fortune, you could be just having a string of bad luck right here. Things aren't working out. It could be with your safety, and now it has you contemplating your more intuitive path of heart, because, right, if the safety's not working out, what was the point of that then? So you could be having some difficult luck right now. It's just not, it'll turn, it turns, right? It turns. So it turns, but right now you're on the downside here. There's a Joni Mitchell song about the ponies go up and down. And I've always thought about that as our luck, as we're sort of on this orbit around the sun in our lives, the luck goes up and down, and sometimes you can look at someone else's pony and it's way up there and yours is like falling through the floor. And then other times your pony's up, and hopefully when your pony's up, you're enjoying it, but also not looking down at the people whose ponies are down and thinking they're shit, because you've been there. So our ponies are going out, and your pony is just down. Your pony's down right now as we go around, your luck pony. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh, my heater. Hold on. Okay, well, we're just going to live with the heater for a second here. So what is in your environment is the Hanged Man. Timeout. It's a timeout. Things are getting figured out. So I was saying, like, this Wheel of Fortune, it doesn't, like, give you a timeout, but it did. You have a timeout right here, and this timeout is for your environment isn't allowing you to move forward anyway. You can't move forward. Your intuition's starting to call you, but your environment's, this is really funny, because we have luck is on your side, and then we have this in reverse, bad luck. So, oh my gosh, this is reminding me of we don't know, it's a Kurt Vonnegut quote, we just don't know enough about life to know what the good news is and what the bad news is. So there's something here where you feel it's bad news, and this is telling you it's actually good news. You could be being protected from a decision that's not right for you. You could be, if your career is tanking right now, it's a redirection. It could be very lucky for you, because it could set you up on, especially if it's your safety career, it could be setting you up on a path of heart, giving you a moment to rethink your path, rethink of what you want to do, and maybe go back and do what wasn't the safe option, what didn't seem like a safe option. So if this is a relationship and it's struggling, it could be, just opening up. So there's something here that feels like bad luck, but this is saying it's actually good luck. It's actually good luck. I was trying to maneuver some financial situation, and I didn't know if it was going to turn out. And I was like, well, if it doesn't turn out, there's a reason why it doesn't turn out like this. And that reason would be really cool, actually. Not based on the decision maker, fuck them, but based on, like, if it doesn't turn out, what if What if it doesn't turn out because the consequences of this actually going forward the way I want it to go forward would be disastrous for me. So I was able to just view the situation. Anyway, it turned out fine. But so you can just view that situation as like, okay, even if I don't get what I want in this situation, even if it doesn't turn out, there's a reason why it's not turning out. And that reason could actually be very cool. So, so the Hanged Man here, though, this is time out. The Hanged Man's thinking a lot. Like he's up in his head here. He's thinking. His situation is stagnant. There's not even like hands on the clock. It's just like time is standing still. Your situation is very stagnant right now. You can't move even if you wanted to. So you might as well spend this time thinking about things, figuring out your next move, figuring out what's going on. But there's something in your environment. Your environment is somehow both very unsettled and also has you stuck. But this is fine. This is fine because you're thinking things through. You're getting a, maybe this is even like this, like, you either got kicked off the treadmill or you're off the treadmill right now, and it's time for you to get in touch with your intuition and allow those parts of yourself that can only come out when you're very relaxed, when you're hanging out here with the Hanged Man, that intuition can come up there. Your to-do list is fascinating to me. How on earth? Justice, bringing in some fairness. Maybe it's fairness to yourself. Bringing in some balance. Maybe the situation's been very unbalanced. It's interesting, it's coming under this Queen of Wands, both having a lot of roses. It's almost like this justice is underlying something. So you either owe this Queen of Wands something that you need to pay her back, or you owe your intuition something. You owe whatever is calling to you, whatever choice you didn't make, it needs to be balanced out because you went real hard for one side and not the other. So bringing in some balance, maybe balancing your intuition with safety, with security, like maybe more of who you are needs to come out and it's been very imbalanced. You've hidden a whole part of yourself here. And it could also be accessing the justice system if there's been some sort of unfairness here, if you've been treated poorly. But I feel like this is more just bringing some balance into a situation, making it fair for you. I love how we have the scythe here. And we have the scythes in the Wheel of Fortune card, and maybe you need to be creating your own luck. There's been enough bad luck here that there's something about the scythe coming in here, harvesting something, changing something, gathering something that's yours, that was due you. And this could be what you're contemplating and thinking about, something that maybe you feel is owed to you. If you owe somebody else, settle those debts. If you owe yourself, settle those debts. Get that debt paid. If this is your intuition calling to you, you need to bring some balance into the situation. It's been very unbalanced. You've either been way too logical. That's what I'm seeing here. You've just been way too logical, way too practical. Without allowing your intuition to come in and play, come in and tell you some new things, guide you, connect you to something like that. So you could be needing to bring in your truth. You are the oracle. Yeah, your truth. Show the world the real you. You are the oracle. So you need to talk about who you really are, what you really want, bringing in some balance there. Where you're going also has a scythe, harvesting. So this is the Six of Wands. She's getting rid of what she no longer needs here. She's getting rid of the plants. There's also some unsettled energy here. She's getting rid of the parts of her life that are no longer feeding her. This is where you're going. First, you need to get balanced, I think, and I think that's probably going to be an inside job here of balancing yourself out, your intuition with your need for practicality and security. And then you go to the Six of Wands where you're like, all right, we're done with this. We're done with, I don't need this anymore. This plant's outlived its usefulness. This thing is no longer working for me. This is actually a weed. I should never have been watering it and fertilizing it to begin with. So there's that coming in here, is making some of those choices and decisions to weed out your garden and getting rid of what no longer works for you. And then I love this one coming out with the Kuan Yin. It's about breaking down barriers, moving beyond the walls that protect us, connection, developing true, genuine connection with other people, show the world the real you. the real you, you've got a lot of junk in here that's not the real you. That's not really doesn't really belong in your life. It's taking up your time, your energy, your money. It doesn't belong in your life. You need to do some weeding. You need to get rid of what's already been harvested, what you've already done, been there, done that, get rid of it. So because there's stuff in your garden that's not really you anymore, that doesn't really resonate with you, that isn't really part of your life. And once you get into the more balance, you're going to be able to see that more clearly and be able to take the action. So you're showing the world the real you. You're breaking down walls, breaking down barriers, and connecting in a much more honest way than you have been. Walls come tumbling down. Whew. To defend ourselves against pain, we can create walls of protection around us, sometimes without even realizing it. Those walls make it hard for love and joy to enter our world. Maybe we needed those walls once upon a time, but now it's time for those walls to come tumbling down because divine love wants to enter your world. So, all right, Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments. I very much appreciate them. And I hope you have a wonderful week.